Heroescape here today, coming at you with a quarterfinal, the last quarterfinal. So after this, or last quarterfinal of the vCheese tournament. They've already gotten started. I'm a little late to the party here, so let's roll right in. So we've got Foudzing versus Earthling. We've got a really interesting matchup. We've got 4 squads, or actually maybe it's 5 squads. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 5. Yeah, 5 squads of troopers. Laglor, Raylan, and Isamu, and that's Foudzing. And then the Earthling army is 4 squads of Cathar, Raylan, Krav, and Hydra. So they've already, again, we're here on Frostmire with Wannock and Oanavia. They've gotten started the first few order markers. We've got a few developments from a squad of troopers and some Cathar just trying to trudging their way through. We lost 1 Cathar already, it looks like. So, this map is really intriguing because you've got Cathar, who are the nemesis of everything melee, right? I mean, they destroy melee. And so, they're going up against a range army, an incredibly strong range army of 5 squads of troopers with Laglor's buff, 9 range. On a tiny small map like this, I would actually give the advantage to the troopers, and here's why. Cathar, 1, again, love melee, right? There's no world in which there will be engagements on Cathar this game, unless it literally comes down to Raylan, or Isamu, I guess. So you're never going to see an engagement strike from a trooper. At least you shouldn't. There'd be very few situations where you would. Because he's going to be sitting back from 9 range, just sitting here pot-shotting Cathar all day long, even within Raylan's aura. So Earthling's got a really tough matchup because he's got to figure out a way to basically get himself into the trooper pod without sacrificing too many units. And what I mean by that is, if Raylan develops closer, she's going to get shredded, right? I mean, she could get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so he didn't even position her to take level 4. But I think that was intentional because I think he didn't want to get range 9 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, he could have jumped up on turn 1 and gotten here. Yeah, height attacks down on Raylan if he'd moved her up 1. But again, her best spot is still going to end up being, either here on level 3 or here next to a jungle, just to cover Cathar trying to get in to get their pokey spears on the troopers here. Cathar are going to have to do a lot of work. Normally, this army wants to have Cathar be a screen, and then have Krav run around and shoot everything in sight. And if there's melee, Hydra can come up from over the top of the screen and eat it. Well, this army is not set up, or this army composition is not set up to deal with the troopers from 9 range away. At least not well. I mean, Krav can do Krav things, but troopers, there's 20 of them, right? So they can just pot shot you all day long, and eventually Krav are going to blank, right? So Krav can do good work. My concern with Earthling's army, though, is that like the Cathar are going to have to do a lot this game, in my opinion. Again, most games, they're going to set up a wall behind Raylan. They're going to let Krav shoot behind that wall. They're going to let the Hydra, if there's melee, come up and eat stuff over the top. And it's pretty, because Cathar can kill stuff when they engage. Because he's entirely ranged, and from 9 away, I think he's got to try and get Raylan into a spot, probably on the level 3, where he can then advance Cathar up and try to get attacks in on troopers. In fact, even though you don't want to, you should probably get Cathar up in and engaged with troopers, again, just to try and limit what they can actually do over the top. Because Krav can do a lot of work as long as the screen is working. Now, normally against, like I said, melee, the Cathar can sit back here and let the opponent come to them, but he's in a scenario where he has to go to the opponent. And so the Cathar have to be the screen up on the front line rather than sitting back. So that's how I think he's going to win this game, if he's going to win this game, is somehow getting a way to get Raylan up here on level 3 or next to jungle, advancing Cathar up to the point where they can take engagements and lock down the front line forward on the troopers, and then allow Krav from behind to take these level 3 heights, maybe even level 4, and just 4 attacks. Actually, no, they don't get height on. They don't get height on the troopers. I forgot the troopers have an anti-height. So still, your Krav aren't going to do all that well either, because three dice into 4 defense, 5 with jungle. Yeah, it's going to be that's going to be an uphill battle. Yeah, I definitely give the advantage to the troopers here. And he's got it on Krav, and he can't really figure out what he's doing, because I think he's trying to figure out how he fights this fight. Because he return fire with 9 range troopers, just it eventually will get you to blank. Krav are eventually going to blank, and if Krav go down, I don't think he has a chance, because Hydra is just going to get murked. 20 troopers, man, they're just going to murk Hydra. Yeah, Krav don't do great here, in my opinion. At least not until Cathar can get up and engage the troopers and keep them busy. But they've already gotten 2 kills. I mean, he's already ahead on figures. He's got 20 squad figures, 16 Cathar versus 20 troopers, and he's already up 2 figures. Well, he's already up 4 figures, now 6. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm not sure what he's thinking here.